Hello, Fink family, and especially any of the professional eaters who are out there watching this video. Um, James and I need your help. The Fink brothers need your help because I've been thinking a lot about the sport of competitive eating inside of this very strange year that is 2020, and I was rattled, to be dramatic, about how wrong I was with my predictions for the Major League Eating DraftKings Candy Bowl. And I started thinking about how it's hard to place bets in competitive eating because not everyone has the same goal in mind. And what I mean by that is the fact that competitive eating has become, and maybe always has been, this very general term. It's not like you're a football quarterback and you have very specific goals and very specific stats, and you are using every moment of your free time to maximize those goals and stats. Competitive eating, sure, has the traditional goals of championships in Major League Eating contests, the Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest, so on and so forth. But, the show, Fink Pizza Stomach, over the past 5 or 6 years has, almost to a fault, really only covered that traditional path of competitive eating success. And now more than ever, I'm finally seeing all the different paths that these professionals, these professional eaters can go on. I'd spoken recently on the show with Mickey and Nick Weary, who are now the hungry couple. They're building their own brand, and it's sort of open to interpretation of what they're going to be doing. They're in video games or doing restaurant challenges and so on. You look at Badlands Booker, who built Badlands Chugs and now is being sponsored by a bunch of different companies and doing different partnerships. He's in a comic book, for God's sakes. Then you have, the YouTube eaters, Beard Meats Food, Reina, the countless others who are specifically building their success through YouTube. And with YouTube, you, of course, have to mention Matt Stoney, guys like him, guys like LA Beast, who have basically become influencers in their own and very different way, but now are public figures that they're on Cameo. They're making money not just doing eating, but because of eating in a sense. And then there's the mixture of all of that. And of course, a lot of the eaters dabble in a little bit of everything. But, I'd be remiss not to mention Molly Schuyler, who Molly is someone who I can't really put into a category. She's almost the ultimate independent contractor. You'll see her on the TV shows. You'll see her at the more traditional contests. You'll see her on YouTube. And a lot of these eaters, a lot of the professional eaters, fluctuate between all of these different categories, and there are more of them, I'm sure, and some of them really find their niche and then push through that category and that path. And I realize, something that's been in front of our faces for years is that not everyone wants to be Joey Chestnut. Not everyone wants to, of course, it'd be nice to raise the mustard yellow belt on the biggest stage of competitive eating, but you look at guys like George Chigger, who are doing, it seems like, multiple restaurant challenges a day and really succeeding through local partnerships, local sponsorships, whether it be restaurants, Facebook groups, so on. You look at someone like Katie Prettyman, who is ranked in the lower tier of Major League Eating, but now has started quite a following online and is taking her niche into the spice world. And of course, one of our favorites on the show, Ronnie Megabyte Hartman, who took his eating and helped it build his wrestling gimmick. Something that he wanted to do before eating now is being enhanced by eating. So all this to say is I would love to have this conversation with James, with our listeners, and of course with the professional eaters out there. So this is a call to all the eaters out there who are watching this. Give us your feedback. I would love to hear from you on what your view is on, being successful in competitive eating, your career and how you measure success for yourself in competitive eating, and how you personally are driving down that path. And I feel that we will get a lot of different perspectives, see that there's a lot of different ways to do it. And I think it'll be a pretty interesting conversation. So don't really know the timetable on this. James and I, should be recording an episode here pretty soon. So the sooner the better, but I would love to hear from, anyone who considers themselves a professional competitive eater. So looking forward to hearing from all of you.